Alrighty, where am I? Dude, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's so windy. My gosh. I'm actually running back to my house, and I turned the corner onto the main road. It's fucking windy. Like, I was getting pushed. And I was like, nah, I think today's gonna be a treadmill type of day, because there's no way I can do the workout. I mean, if it was like easy pace, sure. There's no way I'm running against the wind. So I'm just gonna opt on the treadmill, get the workout in. It sucks because I'd rather run outside than be bored on the treadmill. So it is what it is. So we're gonna start running back home, change out my clothes, hit the gym, finish the workout. So yeah. Change of plans, everybody. We're going to hit the gym, like I said earlier. Sucks because I'd rather run outside, but man, like I turned the corner and I was getting like freaking moved by the wind. I was getting pushed. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna run back home and just run the treadmill for today. Like, honestly, like, you just gotta do what you gotta do to at least, you know, and again, the old me would have been, the old me would have, you know, ran in the wind and done the workout, because I was like, yo, I need to be David Goggins and just like not make excuses of not running outside. But sometimes you gotta train smart, not harder. And doing this right now is training smarter, because at least I don't have that much resistance and I'm getting the workout in, and I'm not, you know, it feels like training for something. Right now I'm just building foundation for my next marathon. And if I was just training to go 100% every single time, it could lead to injury, it can lead to burnout, it can lead to many other things that are outside of my control. So at least I want to try to control something that allows me to win at the end of the day, even if it means running on the treadmill. And even so, like, you have winter running, for God's sakes. Like, you think you're gonna hit like an interval workout at a certain pace while on snow or ice? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to do that. So don't beat yourself up too harshly for like wanting to do this, but then things outside of your control kind of ruin it. So you just got to do what you can do in the moment. So for me, wanted to run outside, it's windy, all right, treadmill it is. So let's have fun. Man, it is crazy. You know, a few years ago, like, the parking lots would never be this crazy, especially in the morning at like 10 a.m. Usually I just like park right at the front of the gym, but nowadays it's like impossible to find parking. I don't know what it is. I don't know what even open here to cause this type of thing, but yeah, we're at the gym now, so put this bad gas into park. Let's do this. We're at the gym. Let's get this workout in. Parking lot first. Oh jeez. Finished the workout. Again, like, so I was thinking during my run, but because of the speed workout, I just want to just focus on that. But I was just thinking that meditation doesn't get the award it deserves. people look at meditation and just kind of like, it's kind of cringy, you know, just close your eyes, hum, and just focus on like positive things. And not like, people look at that and just like, it looks weird. And then they see the YouTube videos of it, and it's like, I don't want to try it. I don't want to try guided meditation. It just sounds like some kids stuff, you know what I mean? At least that's the thoughts that I had when I started meditation. I'm like, it doesn't really work for me. There's like too much going on. Like, how can I stop my brain from just constantly talking to itself? Both positive, negative, or anything that's like stressing me out or something overwhelming. But you tend to realize there's different types of meditation. For me, I like box breathing. So when I get overwhelmed or stressed, or there's a lot going through my brain, or I tend to do box breathing. So what that means is that I take a deep breath for 4 seconds, kind of time it in my head, hold it for maybe another 5-6 seconds, and then just breathe it all out. And I do that, and you know, when I was speaking to my therapist, they tell me to do this, and I was like, it's not working. There's still a lot of thoughts are going through my head, but I never gave it a chance. You just have to really focus on your breathing. Once you do that, you kind of live in the present, and it allows your emotional brain to calm down and your senses to start thinking more logically. Because when you have anxiety, you tend to have an overwhelming sense of emotions, whether it's fear, anger, or even happiness. And then to the point where it doesn't feel like you can control it. So that's where box breathing comes in, you know. It allows you to calm your nerves down and, you know, get back to your equilibrium. And then from there, you start living the present. And then from there, you start, you know, logically thinking or planning your next steps, you know. And, you know, this is where the thing comes for, like, you prioritize and you execute. So you choose the hardest thing possible, or the most immediate thing that you have, and you kind of just, so you're gonna break down that immediate problem to little pieces until you complete that goal, and then you move on to the next thing. It's kind of like that financial thing where it's called paying off your debt, where you snowball it. So you pay the most, you know, high interest debt first, and then you move on, and once you pay that off, you use the extra money to pay off the other debt, and then once you pay that off, you use both the money from the first debt and the second debt, and you put it into the third debt, and you know, you pay it off, and then, you know, now you're debt free. This is kind of like the same thing with you know, solving your problems and all that stuff. So that's why I love running so much, is because you're dealing with a problem, which is your legs, your lungs, and you're, you know, looking at this workout and you're thinking about, oh my gosh, it's 15 minutes long, or 30 kilometers long, or I gotta run a freaking half marathon or full marathon. So you get nervous. You think about the whole picture rather than, you know, 1 mile at a time, or 30 seconds to a minute, 5 minutes, or getting to the first 5 minutes, getting to the third, you know, all that stuff. So with that being said, that's where when you feel like you're having this overwhelming sense of problems in your life, just pick something that feels the most immediate or most important to tackle down, break it down into smaller pieces, and chip away at it. And lo and behold, within a week, or how long it takes, you achieve that goal, or you get rid of the problem. So that's kind of like the mindset that I have when I run into these problems. Because when it comes to running, you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I have to run 26.2 or 42 kilometers, so a full marathon. But what I'm thinking is not the full distance. I'm thinking mile after mile after mile. Especially with running, you want to hit your paces per mile, and your watch goes by per mile. So like a 10-30 minute mile, 5 minute per mile, all that stuff. So you just You want to stay on track for each and every mile, rather than like look at the whole picture and realize that, oh, okay, 26.2 miles, that's, I don't know if I can complete that. I mean, you know, but if you look at it, 1 mile after another, so you complete mile 1 and you're like, okay, I got 25.2 miles left. So stuff like that, and little by little you focus in the present and you focus on achieving that goal of yours. All right, I'm home now. Hope that helps, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.